What's up? And I'm happy you took a break from all your hard work. This is the Fish Fry, where I give you the lowdown on the next salmon run stages, with weapon benefits, stage strategies, and general tips for maximizing your potential with Rizco. This is for the stage rotation that's happening on October 26th, and it's being held at the Spawning Grounds. The Spawning Grounds has been catching a lot of flack for how difficult it is, but our difficulty is only leveled down to how well we can move through the map. And mobility on Spawning Grounds can be a nightmare. But what we have to our advantage is the ability to swim up walls. And the Spawning Grounds has so many walls that I can't even paint them in a whole wave. And this rotation's weapons give us plenty of opportunity to get these walls painted. So make sure you paint these very key walls on Spawning Grounds. And then try to paint them in the middle of matches for better mobility, as well as in between matches. So utilize both of the high platforms that you have. Jumping in between them can confuse the salmonids and give you a little bit more of a chance to use your range and not deal with getting splat. The walls also come in handy when you're dealing with glowflies or mudmouths. The weapons of this rotation also have a lot of damage that they can deal. But I would say the Slosher is the only one that would be proficient at something getting really close to your face. Also this wall over by the docks. I barely ever see anyone use it, but it gives you a lot of potential for getting a little bit of extra ink, or just a good runaway spot, so that way you have enough time to revive a teammate. And if you didn't know, you can throw an egg to the basket from the shoreline that's right below the tall wall. And also keep an eye out for snatchers. They fly right by the basket. And try to refrain from walking down the grates as much as possible. A simple bomb strafe swim can get you 3/4 of the way past it, and a full speed swim can get you all the way across. And here's some boss salmonid tips. If you're taking out a salmon lid, try to make sure you're coming down in a place that's safe. And if you see a salmon lid in this location, try to use it as a tool. You can activate it in so many different ways to provide extra damage. And when you see a boss coming in, swim through the grate and activate him there. And if those eggs on the grate seem a little hard to get to, you can wall jump in different ways to grab them and get to the other side. And for mods, if you happen to splat a mods in this location, you can grab one of the eggs without having to get off the ledge. And here's a friendly tip for a twist around. If the chest happens to go on the right side, move the eggs closer to that side of the ledge. The distance to the basket is a little bit shorter than having to go all the way around. And I don't know how useful this tip is, but you can X strafe, just like you can bomb strafe. I don't know how useful it could be, but here's movement with it and without it. It's bomb strafing, but with an egg. Alright, let's get into the weapons of the salmon run. The first weapon of this rotation are the Glugadoolies. The Glugadoolies deal a real heavy punch at good range, and they have an extended dodge roll. But keep in mind that dodge roll does have a cooldown time, so don't use it to run away from stingers. You'll find yourself with extra damage. Use its range and try not to let anything get too close to you. It deals good damage, but a small fry will sneak up on you when you least expect it. The next weapon of this run is the Slosher. The Slosher is the sloshing weapon with mid-range, so it's very useful to aim slightly above flessers. This deals more damage to enemies in front and below of where you'd want to aim. So don't be too afraid to get up in something's face, but make sure you aim slightly above it, that way if there's something behind it that you didn't know about, you can cause it some extra damage. Also, that arc can cause damage to a steel eel who happens to be on the other side of his trail. And I have to say, use the sloshing machine to paint those walls. It is the best wall painter of this run, and it does paint those walls real quickly. The third weapon of this rotation is the 96 Gal. Just like the Glugadoolies, this weapon deals punch and at a fantastic range. But with its slower fire rate, just like the Glooga, you don't want to get yourself too down into the mix. Make sure you always find your way to get back up and cause damage before you jump in, grab an egg, and toss it up. So with the 96 Gal, try to focus on bosses. Lessers can be taken out quickly, but your range and punch is very handy for taking out something before it can get too close. The last weapon of this rotation is the Hydra Splatling. The Hydra takes some finesse to be useful with it. It takes a long while to charge it up, but once it charges up, it has the longest range of any of the Splatlings. So more than any of the other weapons, stay out of the mix. Use the 2 highest platforms and provide cover fire. Take out bosses, use that range as much as you can. And remember that the fish fry comes out before the stage rotation, so if you want to catch these updates when they're fresh, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell. And if you want other fellow Grisco employees to get these tips, make sure you like and share the video. Bye-bye.